Hello everyone! World Wildlife Day is celebrated every year on the 3rd of March. This year, the theme is Forests and Livelihoods Sustaining People and the Planet. World Wildlife Day is an important day for nature lovers as it creates awareness about the wildlife present on Earth and its biodiversity. This video is devoted to understanding the theme for this year's World Wildlife Day and what we common men can do in order to preserve wildlife and act for it. Paul Oxton once said, "Only when the last of the animal's horns, tusks, skin, and bones have been sold will mankind realize that money can never buy back our wildlife." World Wildlife Day is all about raising awareness of wild flora and fauna across the world. Whether you love animals, you're passionate about plants, or you're concerned about climate change, it's the day that you can use to educate yourself or others. You can celebrate the incredible biodiversity across the world and perhaps get out there to explore the huge range of flora and fauna the world has to offer. Celebrating World Wildlife Day is a must for anyone who loves our planet. World Wildlife Day will be celebrated in 2021 under the theme Forests and Livelihoods, Sustaining People and the Planet, as a way to highlight the central role of forests, forest species, and ecosystem services in sustaining the livelihoods of hundreds of millions of people globally, and particularly of indigenous and local communities with historic ties to forested and forest-adjacent areas. This aligns with UN Sustainable Development Goals 1, 12, 13, and 15, and their wide-ranging commitments on alleviating poverty, ensuring sustainable use of resources, and on conserving live land. Human activities like agriculture, expansion, logging, and poaching are usually the biggest causes of flora and fauna extinction and biodiversity loss. Over the last 4 decades, human activities have greatly pushed some animal species to near extinction, with an estimated loss of about 10,000 species per year, accounting for the loss of half of the world's wildlife population. Wildlife conservation is the preservation and protection of animals, plants, and their habitats. By conserving wildlife, we're ensuring that future generations can enjoy our natural world and the incredible species that live within it. To help protect wildlife, it's important to understand how species interact with their ecosystems and how they're affected by environmental and human influences. How to get involved. You can watch the World Wildlife Day celebrations on 3rd of March and share it with your friends and your community. You can also spread the word of this year's theme, that is Forests and Livelihoods, Sustaining People and the Planet, on social media. By simply taking an interest in this year's events and celebrations, you too can help raise awareness of forests, forest-dwelling wildlife, and the efforts of forest communities, and therefore promote conservation and sustainable use of forest ecosystems and biodiversity. Raise your voice and spread the word on social media. Share your thoughts and upload a picture of yourself and those closest to you with the World Wildlife Day poster, or use WWD's social media kit for inspiration. How to get involved. Get to know the forest ecosystems and wildlife species nearest to you and the threats they face. Find out more about the local and indigenous communities who live in or near forests, their livelihoods, and how their knowledge and experiences can enlighten conservation efforts for forests and forest species around the world. Bring World Wildlife Day with you to the class or to the office, whether virtually or in person. Talk to colleagues, teachers, other students, or educators about forests, forest wildlife, and forest communities. Young people are the future leaders of wildlife conservation, and we welcome their interest and involvement. A thriving planet with healthy forest ecosystems that can sustain communities close to them and beyond, and a rich wildlife roaming through them are a cause of well worth raising your voices for. Everyday wildlife protection. Though World Wildlife Day is an annual celebration, wildlife conservation is an issue that needs attention and action every day. The threats weighing on wildlife and biodiversity are often big and complex, so much so that individuals might feel powerless about them. However, every person's small actions add up to a much larger solution, which can make the difference between species and ecosystems surviving and thriving and having them wane and even disappear. Stay informed. Learn more about our world's, our planet's flora and fauna, including those that are in danger of extinction. Research ways that you or your community can conserve and protect wildlife. Inform yourself on current environmental matters and be aware of your individual impact on ecosystems and wildlife. Think globally, act locally. The world is full of amazing creatures from every possible medium, from the birds of the air to the majestic whales of the sea. Wildlife abounds in the most unusual and unexpected of places. Wildlife benefits us in many ways and is since timed out of mind. World Wildlife Day is a day to remind us of our responsibilities to our world and the life forms we share it with. This video was brought to you by Blitz Audios. We're a YouTube channel that specializes on educational content. To learn more about us, you can visit the YouTube link www.youtube.com/c/BrainBlitzAudios. So, until the next awareness video, take care, stay safe, stay informed, stay active. Bye-bye for now.